Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Christopher, aka The Chosen One. This is me saying that I'm back again. I know I disappear, I reappear, disappear, come back, and then not shoot some videos. I mean, guys, I'm not actually a YouTuber. I'm just somebody who maybe is bored. Like right now, I get time to sit in front of the camera and just speak to you guys. So today I'm just going to talk about culture shocks here in China. One of the culture shock that you experience in China is the language. So when you come to China, you are coming to a country where majority, if not 99.8% of people don't know how to speak in English. So you will experience language barrier as one of the culture shock when you come here. And for me, when I first came here in 2019, I wish I had learned Chinese before I came here because it was a struggle. When I came here in 2019 in August, I remember very well when I was in Pudong airport and I was trying to navigate around because I was going to another city. So from the migration office, they don't know how to speak English. Some of them, they can speak a bit of English, right? So when I left the migration center, now I'm going to another plane, right? And I'm trying to communicate with people like, where can I get the plane to this place? And they were like, Wotimbudong. And I'm like, do you know where I can get the plane to this place? And they're like, Wotimbudong. And I'm like, it's Timbudong. What does Timbudong mean? First of all, I don't know what Timbudong means. And then I just ended up being frustrated, and then I went and collected my luggage. Then I had to use the signs, like where can I get to this place from this point to this point. So what I'm trying to say in short is that if you can like learn a bit of Chinese, try to just a simple Chinese that can get you around. You can try to learn that so that you can communicate, because if truly you don't understand, not that it's a major issue, but if you don't understand the language, it becomes so much difficult for you to communicate. Example, not just at the airport, at work, like your colleagues, most of them, they won't be able to speak in English. You have to be speaking in Chinese, or you have to be like using Google Translator or just any translating app. So you have to be able to at least maybe speak a bit of Chinese or have a Google Translate, okay? And the other culture shock that I experienced in China has to be spitting. I don't want to even talk about spitting because it's disgusting, just the fact that I'm talking about it. You are going to experience a lot of spitting at the airport, elevator, in front of Didis, at work, at the canteen, everywhere. You are going to experience a lot of spitting. And when I say spitting, mind you, I'm not just talking about any like normal spitting. No, I'm talking about the spitting that comes from deep within, and then you hear that sound, out of the mouth. You know, you will experience all of that. And when it happened the first time, I was shocked. Like, really, what did I just experience? I was like, isn't this person embarrassed like to be spitting like this? Because I got, and then they do their thing. So it was so much disgusting that I was like, oh my God, what have I got myself into? So you will experience this anyway. Like I said, like if maybe you are in a Didi drivers love to do this a lot, especially the Didi drivers who drive. I mean, not how to drive, because Didi drivers drive. Hey, I blame it to this guy. Let me show you something. Hey, I blame it to this guy. So yeah, man. So Didi drivers who smoke a lot, they tend to spit a lot, because they said that people who smoke a lot are the one who spit most of the time. So you are going to experience a lot of spitting, and it won't be nice. You won't get used to it. I'm not used to it. I've been here for like 4 to 5 years all right now. I mean, I have been here for like 4 to 5 years now. I'm not yet used to spitting, and I will never get used to spitting. Remember the other day I was at the elevator, right, going to work. No, I'm sorry, I wasn't going to work. I was going to the mall, and then from the mall, I was gonna go to see my friends. And then I'm inside the elevator, and I'm looking down, and when I look down, I'm seeing spit, and then I'm like, oh my God, I was so disgusted, and I wanted to leave the elevator, but At the same time, I'm like, where will I won't take the stairs from the 29th floor to the first floor. It was disgusting. I just decided to ignore and just look up and like, okay, fine. Now we are on the 27th floor, 24th floor, 20th floor, 19th, 10th floor, until we go to the first floor. I went out. So since that day, I just told myself that, you know what, you are in a foreign country, you have to leave what they are doing. So it was a lot of a challenge for me to adjust to spitting. I don't want to talk much about spitting, it's disgusting. So the other thing that you will experience, it's I call it fame. I think since I came to China, I've been taking pictures more than Justin Bieber has done in his entire life of being a celebrity. I think so. I think people have taken me pictures more than Justin Bieber or even Chris Brown since I go to China. Because I'm saying this because wherever I go, and I'm saying this, wherever I go when it's my first time in that city, they will be taking pictures. People will be taking pictures. When you pass, at the first time when this happened, I was like, oh yeah, I mean, I'm a celebrity, it's so nice, it's fun, they are taking me pictures. I mean, oh, Chinese, they're very friendly. But at some point, you know, you get tired and you feel like you're not in the mood of smiling because people are taking you pictures, first of all, no permission. They don't ask you, they just whip off their phone. I mean, they just whip off their phone from their pocket, whip off their phone, you will just see by a flashlight, like there's a flashlight there, somebody taking you a picture, and then some will be taking videos and then they post maybe on their TikTok doing. So it happened like that for the first time for me when I came here, and then as years or months went by, I started to realize that this is actually frustrating at some point because I'll be coming from work very tired, I'm not in the mood to smile, I've maybe fought with my boss in that particular day and I don't want to smile with anyone, and then they will just take out the phone and then they will try to take me pictures and I will just frown my face because I am actually not in the mood, like, you know, to be smiling at anyone. And it's frustrating because, first of all, you don't know what they're going to do with those pictures. You don't know what they're going to do with those videos. You don't know if they're going to be saying racist things in their TikTok, racist things in, there's this thingy on WeChat that they post their moments. Yes, they post on their moments. You don't know what they say when they post their moments. So at that time, you know, when you have anxiety issues, you might think, like, what are they going to be saying about me? Are they going to be like being racist? Are they going to be like being stereotyped about me? What are the issues that like people are going to say about me? So being taken pictures, I don't really like it anymore. At the first time at first when I got here, I was like, yeah, I'm a celebrity, but now I'm like, come on, you have to ask me why need Pai Joa without asking me, you know. So that's one of the things. The other thing will be when it comes to payment, right? I'm coming from a country, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, I'm coming from a country where in 2019 a lot of payments were done through cash and maybe through just bank card. But when you come to China, you should be prepared to use WeChat Pay, Alipay, because these are the means of payment. If your phone dies in China, it's so difficult to navigate around. It's so difficult to pay for subway, to request a Didi. Trust me, to get a taxi in China, it's so difficult. If you have cash, I'm saying if you have cash to get a taxi, it's so difficult in China. It's way easier to find a Didi or to find a taxi when you have a working phone. If your phone dies, because that's what you pay with Alipay, WeChat Pay, Didi Pay, you won't be able to request a car. So you should have your Alipay, WeChat Pay ready for you. So I did experience a lot of hurdles with that because I did not have my bank, or my bank was not connected to Alipay or WeChat Pay. So I was struggling a lot because I did not have Alipay. So I would just walk like a 20 minutes distance to go to work because I couldn't request a car. And then the other thing will be dating. When it comes to dating, if you are a fan of this dating apps, you will also experience some problems when you come here, because when you get here, if maybe let's say you are on, what are the names of those dating apps? Tell me, what's the name of the first one? Tantan. The other one is the other one is what? Tinder, right? The other one is Tinder. The other one is Baidu. The other one is, yeah, all those dating apps. So you will be there trying to find friends, right? On Baidu app. I'm not saying that I've been on those apps before. I'm just making an example. You will be there trying to make friends, and then maybe swipe right. Is it right or left? You swipe right, left. Then you match with someone. Things will be going fine. You start talking. Hey, where are you from? Yeah, I'm from South Africa, or I'm from Nigeria, I'm from Canada, or I'm from America, whichever country you come from. And then conversation will go smooth. Yeah, what do you do? What are you doing here? And like, oh, I'm here to study. I'm here to teach English. I'm here just to tour around. So conversation can go from 0 to 100. And then you will hear someone say, oh, can you send me a picture of your dick? I'm like, eh? Can you send me a picture of your dick? Like, you said what? I'm like, I heard that African people or foreigners have a long, you see, I don't know if my niece are watching this channel, but I won't be specific. Like, I heard that Africans have a lot of this. This is very long. You guys have a long a machine. And then you will realize then that no, these people are actually stereotyped. They are sexualizing you, because now we haven't even gone to the part where we are asking each other, where can we meet, when can we meet, do you want us to meet, would you mind to go out on a date with me? And the only thing that you want to know is how big is the Megan machine. Like, you see, it's just a matter of being stereotyped. So you can figure out, I mean, you can find that a lot here when people are trying to associate themselves with other people on internet. So the other culture shock will be being offered food. Will I consider that as being a culture shock? The fact that Chinese people like offer food like every second. They'll be offering you tea, they'll be offering you snacks, they'll be offering you like a lot of things, that they'll just offer you all those things, like, you know, they love to give. And if you refuse, it's a problem. And here's the funny part, you ask for something, they refuse. I mean, they give you something, you refuse, right? It's a problem. You give them something, they refuse, it's not a problem. So you have to be at least be polite with how you accept or refuse your gift. If maybe they're giving you something like a drink and you don't want it, you can just say bia or shashe. Or maybe if they're giving you a cigarette, they love to offer cigarette, like you can just say, oh, bia or shashe. And that's one of the culture shock that you will find here in China, being offered a lot of things, like, you know. And again, I don't want to get much into details because I don't want to make the video too long. In terms of transport system, like, transport is too easy. You can just go from point A to point B, quite simple. So I'm hoping that maybe I will come back with more culture shock, because they are quite a lot. They are quite a lot. I just can't think some of them at the back of my mind right now, but there are quite a lot of culture shocks here in this country. So you should be prepared. I mean, I can say just a few, I think I've said 4, right? But just be prepared for some culture shock. Oh, again, I cannot forget this one. I cannot say racism, but the mere fact that they don't know that people with my skin color, and it's not everyone, most people, when I came here in China, they don't know that this skin color, it is because I was born like this. First of all, some of them thought that my skin color is like this because I got sunburnt. Some thought maybe it's because I don't shower. Some thought it's because maybe I'm from Africa, and in Africa we live outside in the what you call, in the shacks, and then the sun burn us too much, and they thought maybe I'm like this. And another funny thing, when I was teaching in the kindergarten, another child thought that this is chocolate, and then she came to me and then she was trying to lick my skin. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, how chima? I'm like, what? Like, how chima? I asked my, but what does my assistant teacher, what does how chima, like, it's delicious. And then I'm like, oh, so that girl in class was asking if my skin is delicious. And I'm like, She thought maybe it's chocolate. I'm like, oh my God, this culture shock for the first time teachers, for the first time visitors in China, you will most definitely experience them. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you on the next one. I'm out of here. I don't have a goodbye slogan. I'll just say bye-bye.